Today we stand united to honor the brave men and women of law enforcement. Come on, they deserve a round of applause for that. The ones that put on the uniform every day to protect our families, our neighborhoods, and the great New York City. Their courage, their commitment, and sacrifice remind us that freedom and safety don't come easy. It's earned every single day by those who wear the badge. Thank you. I also want to take a moment to recognize two people whose unwavering support makes this possible. John and Margot Katsimatidis. Their passion, patriotism, and tireless commitment to WABC and New York City set the standard for leadership and our community service. And now to kick things off, please welcome the host of the #1 news talk show, Sid and Friends in the Morning, Sid Rosenberg.
Thank you. So I have to tell you that over my 25-year career, I've received a lot of honors. Look at this front row, by the way. My God, look at that superstar power. Tisch, Blakeman, Ryder, Katsimatidis, my God. So I received a lot of honors, but one of my prized possessions, where's Vinny Valalong? Where are you out there, Vincent? There he is from the Sergeants Benevolent Association. One morning he walked into the studios with John Schell, who recently retired, and Kaz Daughtry, and they gave me this. I am officially a sergeant with the NYPD. Well, how about that? That's right, Jessica, I work for you. I work for you. You and Katsimatidis. Did you know I had this, Jess? Did you know? I could arrest people right now. On a serious note, we've got a beautiful day for a bunch of beautiful people. You know, I've spent the last 10 years here in New York, and like John and Margot, I learned from the best. I can't say enough great things about the NYPD. I've gone to too many funerals over the years, from Jonathan Diller, who we lost tragically a couple of years ago, to the Ramos and the two gentlemen murdered in Harlem a couple of years before that. I didn't even know those people. I didn't know them, but I felt like I did. I felt like we all did. Every day that these brave men and women put that uniform on, there's a question of whether they'll come home or not. I don't know how anybody in this city couldn't love those people. And a lot of those people are sitting here right now at the very, very top of the ranks. So I think the least we can do at this point as we kick this off is to all stand, and at the very least, give every courageous member of this department a rousing round of applause. Say, I love the NYPD. So the man that makes this all possible, along with his beautiful wife, Margot, is John. John and I have been very busy the last couple of, really years, John, making sure that President Trump was in the White House. Tell him I said hello tonight. Making sure that other politicians win in this city. You can't tell me anything. I know, Margot, I'm terrible. But John has been tireless in his efforts to make sure that the cops deserve the credit and that New Yorkers respect and love the police department. So with that said, here they are. I believe they're America and New York's best couple. I believe they're the #1 couple in New York. I really mean that. John and Margot Katsimatidis.
Thank you, Sid. Thank you, Chad. And on behalf of myself and Margot, we back the police officers 110%. And, they watch our back. It's our responsibility to watch their back. And that's the way it is. And also, I'm also chairman of the Federal Law Enforcement Foundation that takes care of the federal authorities. And my chief of staff is the executive director, George Venizelos. Where are you, George? George was with the FBI for 25 years. He was in charge of New York for 4 years. So he knows what he's doing. Thank you, George, for everything you do. But important, the 5 boroughs of New York. I was on television this morning, and people were saying to me, oh, they're going to raise taxes and this and that. I said, it's not about taxes. It's about the quality of life in New York. I don't care. 1% of New Yorkers pay 48% of the taxes. Guys, that's the real numbers. And, and they said, oh, you got to get rid of the billionaires. We're here to help. We're here to create the jobs. If you don't have creation of jobs, you don't have anything. But we're here for the NYPD today. And who watches our backs forever is the NYPD. And they have been doing that for a zillion years. Now, we're proud today to have the police commissioner today, Jessica Tisch. And the greatest police commissioner we ever had was Ray Kelly, 14 years. And you know what Ray Kelly, to quote Ray Kelly, Jessica Tisch is the best since I've been there. She is one smart lady. She is one tough lady. And she doesn't have to worry about her next job. But we're here to support the NYPD, the men in blue. Commissioner Tisch.
Good morning, everyone. It is such an honor to be here with you today. Thank you, of course, to my friend Sid for his introduction and for always standing proudly behind the NYPD. You've always been out front supporting our cops at every opportunity. And of course, I also want to thank my other good friends, Mr. and Mrs. John and Margot Catsimatidis, and everyone at WABC for hosting this event and for everything that you do to remind New York what it means to back the blue. And to our union partners with us today, thank you for the work you do to protect your members. You have stood firm through every challenge, and your partnership has made us stronger. John and Margot are once again showing their unwavering support for the NYPD. Their generosity will directly strengthen our recruitment efforts, helping us find more New Yorkers who feel called to serve and reminding them what it means to wear this uniform with pride. And it could not come at a more important time. When I was appointed last November, this department faced one of the most serious hiring challenges in its history. But in less than a year, we have turned the tide. Since that time, we've hired almost 3,000 new officers, the most in 2 decades. More than 2,200 have already graduated. And with one more class left to go this year, we are on pace to break the 1984 record for the largest recruitment year in NYPD history. I have said from the start that the single most strategic thing that we can do as a department right now is to hire more cops. Because every new officer we bring on enhances our ability to protect this city. And for all the talk about a staffing crisis, the truth is that we are in the midst of building back and building back in a big way. Our headcount for January 2026 is projected to exceed this year's, and the momentum is unmistakable. That's not just a statistic, it is a sign of renewal. It tells us that people want to become cops again, and that is not something that we can ever take for granted. It tells us that the tide has turned, that the years of doubt are right now giving way to pride, and that this city is once again standing behind its police. And John and Margot build on our momentum. They are the next step in restoring the strength of this department, reaching new audiences, expanding our force, and ensuring that every New Yorker who feels called to serve knows that there's a place for them in the NYPD. Because for all the noise, the truth is simple. Policing remains the noblest profession that there is. It asks more of the people who choose it than most any other line of work, to put themselves in harm's way, to make split-second decisions that carry enormous weight, and to do it with restraint, with humanity, and with courage. So as we look toward the future, we do so with purpose. We are rebuilding our ranks, we are renewing the vitality of the NYPD, and we are showing the people of this city that the police are not just part of New York, they're the foundation on which it stands. Thank you all for believing in this department and in the mission that we share. It has truly been the honor and the privilege of my lifetime to serve as your police commissioner. I will never stop fighting for this department. I will never stop being proud and worrying about the people who make it what it is. God bless you all, and thank you for standing with the NYPD.
On behalf of our station, WABC, and I say to all the stations, that we will supply all the public service commercials you guys require to keep adding to the police force. Just give it to us, we will run it, and that's what we want. We want our NYPD to be at full force and effect. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. You are really special. Really, really special. All right, the man sitting next to Jessica, I love this guy too. He's about to win the Nassau County executive seat for the second straight time. Nassau County does a tremendous job. I think you all know that. Tremendous job, safest county anywhere in the world. And I'm not going to get into politics here today, but get ready. People are coming. I don't know what your housing market looks like, but we're going from Queens to Long Island because you do such an amazing job. He's about to win again in November. Here he is, the safest county in America. That's why he's here today. Bruce Blakeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Sid. We all saw that there was a No King's Day rally the other day. People think that that was against President Trump. It wasn't. It was against Sid Rosenberg, the king of talk radio in America. Sid, he is outstanding, courageous. We love Sid Rosenberg. And Chad, thank you for all you do for WABC. What can I say about John and Margot Katzimatidis? They are so kind and generous, and they are courageous as well. They are the consummate New York couple. We love them. They have brought common sense back to talk radio here in New York and throughout all of America. Thank you, John and Margot, for what you do. And Commissioner Tisch, you are doing an outstanding job. I have a pretty good commissioner, too. I'm here with Pat Wright, who's a great commissioner, making us the safest county in America, with our Deputy Commissioner, Finton McCormick, and Chiefs Wilson and Farrow. We are here to support the men and women of law enforcement. And Commissioner Tisch, I congratulate you for working so well with Commissioner Ryder. We share intelligence, we share information, we share assets with the NYPD. We have an outstanding working relationship with the NYPD. When Nassau County police officers come into New York City, NYPD has their back. When NYPD officers come into Nassau County, we've got their back. We work together with all of our federal, state, and local partners. Nassau County is the safest county in America. We are not a sanctuary county, and we have the most comprehensive, and we were the first to have that agreement with ICE. And our federal agents who operate in Nassau County, we have their back too. Both our police department and our sheriff's department are working with them. We just took 42 people off the street that were involved in gang activities, from everything from attempted murder to drug dealing and recruiting our young people and selling fentanyl and other illegal drugs. So we are serious in Nassau County about supporting the men and women of law enforcement. And we think that it's in time for all Americans to stand up for the men and women of the blue. And it's my honor to be the county executive and leader of such a great and fine and storied and historical department as the Nassau County Police Department and the Nassau County Sheriff's Department. Let's continue to back the blue. May God bless you all, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce Blakeman. Again, he's going to win, I predict, going away in 2 weeks. It's not even going to be close. I don't even know the name of the guy running against, some whack job. He mentioned his police commissioner, Pat Ryder, and I know Jessica Tisch would agree. Part of the reason why Nassau County is so safe is because of the commissioner. Unafraid, tough, great American, my type of guy, bald, tan. Here he is, the Nassau County Police Commissioner, Pat Ryder.
I'm not as tan as Sid is, but I'm working on it. First of all, I want to thank the Casamatides family. I want to thank WABC, and I want to thank Sid Rosenberg for giving the men and women who wear the uniform a voice every day in this great city of New York. And it is a great city of New York. And I want to thank Commissioner Tisch for the work that she's done with the men and women that wear the uniform every day. There are close to 25,000 men and women that are on the memorial wall in Washington. Another 1,772 that are on the wall in Albany. Most of them are the men and women who wear the uniform in this great city, who have given their life for the people of this city. They take an oath to protect and serve the people, knowing the oath may one day jeopardize their own life, may take their own life in service. And they do it all again the next time. They'd sign up again. People like Jonathan Diller, who left behind a wife and a son. There are countless families and children that grow up without their father, their mother, without their son, without their daughter, without their brother or sister, because they gave their life serving. These are the people that need to be thanked. These are the people why we are here today to back the blue. They don't ask for anything. They've been spit on, they've been cursed, they've been attacked. It's time to just walk by a cop today and say, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you what you do, and we will continue to support you no matter what comes in November. If the storm comes, they will weather the storm. They will stand united, and they will always have a friend to the east in Nassau County and Suffolk County that will stand with the New York City Police Department. Thank you.
Pat Ryder. So you folks also know that John and Margot and our station, I'm proud of this too. We do so many things that make me proud, but we work very, very closely with Tunnel to Towers. So my old buddy used to run the DEA, Paul DiGiacomo. He left the NYPD, and now he works alongside all those great folks at Tunnel to Towers, Frank specifically. But we got a guy now in that position who's doing an amazing job, and that's not easy because the guys perform are pretty damn good, and that is Scott Monroe. So with that said, Scott, come on up, say a couple of words. Mr. DEA, Scott Monroe.
Thank you very much. Thank you, John and Margot, for what you do. You do a heck of a lot. Mr. New York right here with the PAL, bringing those kids up, becoming police officers, and I think that's great. I want to thank you for backing the blue and WABC for what you do for us and the unions, the fellow unions that are here today. And we couldn't do our job as detectives if it wasn't for our leadership Commissioner Tisch, that gives us all the tools that we need to go out there to solve cases for our people and making sure we keep them safe. That's the most important thing, is keeping the men and women safe for the NYPD. And I just want to thank you very much for coming out here and supporting this. Thank you.
I want to remind folks, too, that we're also, John and Margot are also very generous when it comes to food. We own a couple of supermarkets. So we got a nice lunch upstairs after this great show, and then we've got a really good roundtable with a bunch of very smart people talking about the NYPD, and you're all invited, all of you guys, even the camera guys. How about that? Come for lunch. I got to bring this guy up, too. He now is running the MTA, but he was a valued member of the NYPD for many, many years. And I'm friendly with the guy. You know, he's like one of my best friends. We go for dinner every month. Work for Eric Adams, of course, and again, now works with the MTA. Give me a couple of minutes. Congratulations to the new job you've been at. You've been doing a terrific job. Folks, Mike Kemper.
Sid, I was not expecting that, but good morning to everyone. I was listening to the commissioner's remarks, and she touched on the work ethic of our police officers, and struck a nerve with me. I mean, just think about it. As we stand here right now, throughout New York City, there are thousands of cops, young men and women, driving around in police cars, available and willing to respond to the unknown, for the unknown, without hesitation. Just think about how special of a calling that is. To John and Margot, thank you for having me here today. I'm honored. This is not my first time at the Back of Blue event. Much appreciated. Again, I'm honored. To Sid, a friend, thank you very much. He called me a few days back and said, are you going to be there? Without hesitation, I said yes. I'll end it with this. To the Katzimatidis family, to Sid, to everyone, thank you very, very much for your unwavering support of the men and women of law enforcement. And on behalf of the MTA Police Department, thank you very much. Be well to all.
All right. So this guy ran for Senate, and God, I wish he won, but that's a whole other story. I really do wish he won. He didn't, but he ran a very, very good campaign. He was a cop for a long time, like in Nassau County, right? NYPD here in New York. I know you live in Nassau County, right? There you have it. His name is Mike Sapricone. You know, they rained out his Columbus Day parade last week. If you had this weather, Mike, we'd still be on Fifth Avenue having a good time, right? Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, former Senate candidate and really great cop, Mike Sapricone.
Well, thank you, Sid, and thank you, John and Margot, for everything you do. And Commissioner, both commissioners, it was great to hear from you. I'm retired 25 years from the NYPD, and I've never been more proud of the 25 years I gave, the 20 years I gave in service. But it's so important that we understand. You know, we can talk about better housing, cheaper things. If we don't have public safety here in New York City and public safety in this country, we go nowhere. What the president is doing to make sure our cities are safe, and what we have to do here in New York City and we do in Long Island, it's so important to us to back the blue and understand without public safety, we can't go any further in this city or this country. I'm very honored to be here. I didn't expect to come up, Sid, so thank you. But good luck. Thank you, Commissioner, for everything you do. And Patty, thank you. And John and Margot, you've been terrific to me. And we did get rained out last week at the parade. If we had this weather, we'd still be marching. You're right, Sid. But we get ready for the 82nd Columbus Day Parade next year. But again, it's so important that we remember every day what law enforcement does for us in this city, in this country. God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you. So I showed you my badge earlier, and I told you the man that was responsible for that. You know, we got a brand new contract for the sergeants. We got great detectives here. We got two amazing commissioners, Ryder and Jessica Tisch, the best of the best. But the sergeants really needed a new contract, and they got it done. And Vincent Valalang, who was the president of that union, really worked very, very hard to make sure the sergeants got taken care of. Proud to call him a friend, too. SBA President Vincent Valalang. Vinny?
Thank you, Sid. Commissioner Ryder, I think I might be coming to work for you now because Commissioner Tisch might be suspending me or sending me to a different command. Yeah. Katzimatidis family, nothing but praise for the two of you and everything that you do day in and day out. This event is called Back the Blue. They have our backs, and that's something you just don't take for granted, which is the reason why we hope that it's something that, you know, we've proven day in and day out that is deserving of us in the NYPD. We all know that the men and women in this job do nothing but pretty much go out every single day and put their lives on the line. And it's people like this and Sid Rosenberg and this show and this station that our guys listen to it every single morning. It's their pickup every single morning. And they that little prod and that appreciation that they get goes a very long way. What concerns me now is what's taking place in this mayoral race. Now that the commissioner's gone, I can't get in trouble. Back in '93, from the 44th floor to Windows of the World, I was in a unit that went every single floor searching for people to make sure that whether people were hurt, injured, or possibly dead when they bombed the tower the first time. And my question is this: an individual that is running for mayor of this city right now, to even think that he would have our back with the people that he has been seen with, that he has had behind him, that he has shown support of, I have to question that person's character. Will I have to work with them? We will see in the future. But at the end of the day, people of New York need to come out and vote. This city is ours. We've built this city through decades of the backs of the men and women who have either given their lives or the people who have built it up through businesses in this city. And it's to give it up to someone who has no appreciation for what it is we do is something that I really feel strongly. I don't know how we've gotten to this point at this point in our lives. Do we forget what happened 25 years ago? I will leave it at this. There's a saying in the NYPD: we never forget. Well, New York City, it's time to remember. Thanks, Sid.
Thank you, Vinny. Well, that pretty much wraps up this annual event, which we are so proud of, Back to Blue. But of course, it's not over, because we do have a very important roundtable coming your way this afternoon, which I think you're all going to enjoy immensely. Do want to thank everybody, all the great cops. John will come back up as well. Finton, I see you, Finton. I love you. And all you folks for coming out here. God bless the NYPD. God bless New York City. God bless Dom Alberti. And God bless America. Here's more John Catsimatidis.
Well, you know, another very important thing with the NYPD, and George Venizelos, you want to come up here? Where's George? He left. Okay, you got a call. No, I was going to say how to report on, and he was on my Sunday show talking about it, how the federal authorities are working in conjunction with the NYPD to make sure the job is done, because you can't necessarily depend on the local judges or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And all of you guys know what I mean. And President Trump has authorized the feds to do what they have to do to help New York City. Thank you again for all of you. Thank you.